So yeah, I'm elite, and the game's not even released yet, bro.
Go fuck some bitches, nigga. Damn. I'm trying.
But yeah, this is the team that I used. Pretty basic team, you know. There's a lack of, there's definitely a lack of icons, lack of heroes on that. Not really many OP cards, really. Although this is without any microtransactions. I haven't bought any of these players from packs or anything like that. So this is just me just like grinding, really. So, yeah, that's that. The baller right here, I did get him from the Ultimate Edition pack, whatever that thing was, the pre-order team of the week, and as you can see, he's been perfect for me. 86 games, 113 goals, and 58 assists. So I couldn't have asked for more. This guy's fucking perfect. Like, he's a great card. Like, I can't overstate. Like this clip right here that I'm gonna show you right here, where he just completely goes right through the defense, like he's not existent. Like, great card, you know. Vlahovic right here. I recently had a Angel Correa from Atletico Madrid up front at striker, but you know, I wanted to spice things up a little bit, and I wanted to use my evolution slot. I couldn't find a player to use for that, so I grabbed Vlahovic right here. I was a little bit anxious at first because he was 3-4, or he was 3-3, but this one made him 3-4 right here. But you know, he did his job pretty good. He is very clunky, but I needed someone with physicality up front at striker. I'd figure I'd play a little bit unmeta for a little bit, and you know, 79 goals in 45 games. I know that's less than Dybala, but for what it's worth right now, for what I've invested, he's a great card. I would recommend him absolutely if you're willing to play with clunky players. Madison right here, I had the base Madison. The only reason I got this Madison was because I had the SBC players for it, and I figured I might as well. But 20 games, 18 goals, 8 assists. He's a great card. I really love his dead ball playstyle. He's basically a free goal if you're in the position to shoot. I'm normally not that good at set pieces, but that curved line just comes in clutch, dude. He's a free goal if you're within like 30 yards. De Bruyne right here, I also recently did him 24 goals, 40 assists in 48 games. From midfield, I've been playing him in that number 8 role. Absolutely brilliant. His passes are pinpoint, and defensively, he is way better than expected. I was a little bit hesitant because of that 70 defending to put him in CM. I was gonna put him at cam, but he's been absolutely perfect. Especially this FIFA, where I feel like, honestly, I don't think defending stats matter that much. Like slide tackle, all of that stuff, like there's a lot less of that necessary nowadays, and especially in midfield, you're not gonna really need slide tackle. Really, all you need is, I guess, defensive awareness and interceptions, maybe heading accuracy if that's how you play. But for the most part, 70 defending is more than enough. I should be putting a shadow, but this card really doesn't need it. You'll see for a lot of my team, I don't have the appropriate chem styles. That's mostly because I couldn't really get them. You know, I'm not gonna shell out the 5k coins for a shadow, especially not this early. Anyways, Pellegrini right here, 10 goals, 32 assists, 87 games. Not that good, but to be fair, I've been playing him at basically CDM. I have him on stay back, so yeah, he doesn't really need to do anything. Foden right here, I've used Foden basically every single FIFA. This guy's had like a good card to start with in every single start of my FIFA team. He sucks. I don't know if it's just me. I think it is just me because the previous owner does have 35 games and 50 goals. So it might just be me, but I can't work this card out. This card, he has good stats for me as well. 18 goals, 21 assists in 41 games. He sucks for me. He's only here as a placeholder for chemistry. It was either that or Grealish, and Foden beats that. Danilo right here, not a good card. He's only here because he gives Vlahovic full chem. There's no one else I can put here, I'm pretty sure. But to be fair, he gets the job done. He needs a shadow or anchor, but like I said, I'm not shelling out the coins for that, especially when I'm going to replace him soon. But yeah, attacking wise, he's not that bad, but I don't like that pace. Romero right here, way better than expected, especially this early this FIFA. Center back pace does not matter that much yet until like you know, everyone has 99 pace strikers, but that doesn't. Hopefully that's not coming anytime soon. But yeah, 70 pace. You would think that's a big problem. It's not a problem, not yet at least. This guy's, for some reason it says 4 goals, but I'm 90% sure he has more. He's a demon on corners. Like, he wins every single header basically, and that's you always want to have one striker that's really good on headers, especially when you play corners for, you know, for headers, you know. Obviously DiMarco right here is a very interesting topic because he is naturally a fullback. You can see he can play left back and left mid, so he has that fullback, you know, player type. You know, he's 5'9", he's got pace, except he doesn't really have the physicality. He's kind of useless when it comes to headers. If you're sending long balls to him, he's gonna struggle. I would not recommend him. For me, he gets the job done. I have a physical defender next to him, so I can't really complain. Udogi right here, great card. I'm telling you, this guy is literally Mendy. Like, he's literally prime, like FIFA 21 Mendy. I don't see myself. I was thinking of replacing him. He's just a beast. Don't let these stats delude you. Don't let them confuse you. This guy is huge on the field. 6'1". He's basically got perfect pace this early in FIFA. With that evolutions boost, oh my god, he's unstoppable. As for my bench, I don't really use my bench. I just sub on that Sane whenever I can. But yeah, that's my bench. As for how I play, this right here is how I play. 4-2-3-1, favorite formation. I don't see myself changing it up. Every single time, you know, the meta changes, all these patches or whatever, people start switching to like 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, whatever the hype is, I stick to 4-2-3-1 always. It's the perfect formation, no matter what patch happens. Just when it comes to the sport in general, there's no better, well-rounded formation. This thing has everything. Starting from the front, I play Vahovic in that number 9, stay central, get behind, and stay forward. That way, he's ready for the counterattacks. He gets in behind pretty effectively. He's still pretty fast. Dybala does play that number 10. We have to get into box for cross, so he operates more as a second striker in the attack rather than stay behind Vahovic. He's going to be right next to him very often. Foden and Madison, you're going to see they're on comeback on defense and get into the box for cross. How that works is basically when we are defending, it kind of switches to like a 4-5-1 basically, and Madison and Foden will be to the left and right of the double pivot right here. So defending wise, you're gonna see like basically 8 defenders. I know it's a rat gameplay, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Especially this FIFA, which I'll get more into later. This defending is very, 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 very important. If you don't do it right, you're just gonna lose every single game. You're gonna concede like 10 goals a game. But yeah, come back on defense. I'll speak more into that later. And then get into box for cross. They don't literally get into the box for cross. You'll see them with what I have right here with 40 width and 60 depth. Or sorry, no, that's defense. For 50 width, they hang on like the corners of the box really. You'll see them whenever they have the space, they'll make that run into the box. They'll operate more like inside forwards rather than actual wingers, which is what I like. That's the one thing I like about this formation. Unlike other formations with actual wingers, the wingers on this formation actually operate as like inside forwards. So instead of being stuck outside wide and not being able to contribute goals, like they go in the box, and that's why they have so many goals and assists, you know. And with the double pivot right here, I know it says he's on get forward. I would not recommend you put him on get forward. The only reason I have De Bruyne on get forward is because it's De Bruyne. He's a nasty card. Like I want to max out everything I can get from him. And with the amount of assists he had, I would keep it as is. But normally I would recommend you put this player on bounce attack. That way you have more control, and that way you're not so prone to the counterattack. I'm investing a lot and risking counterattacks a lot, but for me it's paid off well because I feel like I have the discipline on defense to compensate for it. But other than that, everything else right here, cut passing lanes, cover center, and stick to position, these are mandatory. I don't see the point in changing these to anything else. You don't want cover wing because you're already going to have someone on the wing. Deep line playmaker, I've never used that. And cut passing lanes because that's the meta to defenses here. You're not gonna achieve much by marking the players. So you're just gonna get players checked out. 2 center backs, I've never had to change these. I don't see the point. And the fullbacks are an interesting topic. They are on stay back while attacking. However, the only reason that's the case is because I don't want them just like brainlessly pushing up and leave my 2 center backs like alone. What I will do is oftentimes in the attack, when these players get the ball, the fullbacks, I will trigger pass and goes. That way I can have at least only one of them can go up at a time. If I have both of them go up, counter attack happens, I'm fucked. There's no two ways about it. So having one player go up and I choose when it goes up because I selected pass and go, that will be way better because that way I have a fullback on the attack, and it's only going to be one fullback. Obviously I won't be able to get both fullbacks to go up. So yeah, I would highly recommend you do that as well. As for tips, things that you can do right now to change your gameplay and to really reach the best of your game, the best of your potential, there's 3 things that I highly recommend that will literally change you overnight. And these aren't things you have to grind. These aren't things that you have to necessarily master, besides one of them of course, but I'll get more into that as I speak. But there's 3 things that I want to go over that you need to learn if you want to become the best player you possibly can on EAFC this year. One of them is timed finishing. Time finishing is literally free goals when you don't deserve them. Like so many of my goals from timed finishing have been angles and positions that I did not deserve the goal at all, but just because I green timed it, it went in. Using 3-star weak foot players, it literally like makes it feel like they have 5-star weak foot. So if you're on a weak foot on a player, you need to have time finishing. Like it's made my D-ball feel like I have a 5-star weak foot when in reality it has a 3-star weak foot. So especially early this FIFA where a lot of our shooting stats aren't that high, you want time finishing to be able to just lock in a goal, you know. It's really useful when it comes to long shots and those 50-50 goals. turn into 100% goals when you get that time finishing in. It is pretty stressful. It looks like it's hard to learn, but trust me, if you just spend a bit of time and you start getting to understanding the timing of it and knowing when to use it and how to use it, you're gonna be scoring goals that you don't even deserve. Like, you're gonna score goals that you're gonna be like, wait, what? Did I really just score that? Like, and your opponents are gonna be saying that as well. Take a look at goals like this, for example, where like literally like you can tell I absolutely did not deserve the goal, and like even myself, I'm just completely shocked. But because I got that timing in, it just ball just finds its way in, you know. Like, I got a ton of these clips, dude. Like, a ton of these clips. And I've had games that are literally decided by 1-goal margins, and the goals that I've scored were bangers like these. So if you're not using time finishing, you're really just holding yourself back, honestly. Like, there's no point not learning it. As for the next feature and the next tip I would highly suggest is this year, that new dribbling system, the right button dribbling system. Absolutely insane. This is probably the first FIFA where I felt like skill moves are just a complete gimmick, and I'm saying that's a huge hot take. Normally I've been a huge advocate for skill moves, but within a few hours of this FIFA I realized like they're kind of useless now because of this new dribbling. In the end, the whole objective of dribbling is to create separation between you and the defender. This new dribbling does it so easily, like so easily. When you use it in conjunction with the sprint button, you're able to just cut in and out of defenders so fast. Like, you can just cut through players and how they operate their defenders with the left stick and punish them so fast and so swiftly that, you know, it's just like, take a look at clips like these, for instance. Like, I'm able to create separation so easily by using the right button dribbling with the sprint button. So I would sprint at the defender, and then the moment I seen a movement from the defender that I felt like I capitalized on, I cut a certain angle with the right button dribbling. I would let go of right trigger and press right button and move at a slightly different angle, and the defender's dusted. You normally want to do this the moment the defender commits to a tackle or a slide tackle or whatever, or just any sort of movement, because that tackle kind of locks them in place and reduces their speed, so you can punish them right there. So if you can master your timing on that, you're gonna be going over everybody. Alright, that brings us to an important point, which is adapting to defending this year. This year, defending has the most consequences. You make a small mistake, you're giving your opponent a free goal. Defending this year takes the most skill it's ever taken, in my opinion, out of any FIFA that I've played since. I've played every single FIFA since FIFA 18. So this year, I feel like FIFA really made it so defending really matters. Like, you need to be defending with discipline. You can't be doing stupid stuff. AI defending, this is the first time since I believe it was FIFA 20, where I remember there was the whole meta was just pressing, was just letting the AI defend for you. And then I remember they nerfed it, and then everyone stopped AI defending. Everyone had to manually defend. But now I feel like AI defending is a pretty good idea. Having a second man defend for you in the build-up, you can find yourself winning the ball back a lot, very often, instead of just dropping back. Dropping back is not good anymore. Your defenders are way more clumsy. They're not going to defend for you this year. You will have attackers just dribble right through your defense if you try to let the AI dribble for you or let the AI defend for you. You want to defend yourself. Your center backs, I know in previous FIFAs you wanted to use their CDMs to defend. I would not recommend that this year because, as I said, attack is just going to run right through you if you don't control your center backs. When you're in threatening positions, you know, the edge of the box or whatever, you need to use your center backs and you need to hold the attacker very, very disciplined. You can't overcommit because you're just going to open a hole wide in your defense, but you can't just stand there because you're also going to open a hole wide in your defense. You need to hold the attack back, you need to play very disciplined, and you need to make sure you don't cause too much separation between you and the defender. That way they can't get past, and that way they don't have an angle to shoot. Crossing this year, I mean, there's always going to be people that are crossing enthusiasts. Me personally, I've never really been the type to cross, but then again, to become the best player you can be, you're going to have to learn techniques and gameplay mechanics that you're not really familiar with. You're gonna have to learn to be versatile. So obviously you're gonna have to adapt everything you can into your game, and crossing is obviously gonna be one of them. And this year, crossing is, I don't know why people are saying it's back. It's not back. There are examples where you can cross, usually when there's gaps in that mid or in that defensive line, and like in this clip right here. That's a good time to cross, but crossing is not back. Other than that, don't try to just mindlessly cross with a fullback. You're wasting your time. I've heard a lot of people speak about the new features, the new precision shooting and precision passing, and also orbit dribbling. As for the shooting, I don't think it even changes anything if you already have green time finishing mastered. I don't see the point in precision shooting. Precision passing I've been using a little bit and trying to adapt into my game, and it can be pretty helpful, but it's very, very situational, so you can't be using it all the time. There's really going to be only specific moments when you see it helpful. At least that's what I've noticed so far. And orbit dribbling, it just seems like a gimmick. I don't see the point in it. I don't see how it's, especially with the new RB dribbling, I don't see how orbit dribbling will pose any benefit, any addition to a right button dribbling.
Took a really smart piece of defending to stop them.
What? What?
Well, here's the replay, and that's the perfect outcome. Right into